bathroom. Well, first time in the bathroom. Short little job, hopefully today. These two things, screws, should be in there, and they're not. So they've all come out at once. I suspect that it's actually ripped the wood out of the door frame and, or I should say the body of the door, and they're not just going to screw back in. So the mission today will be pop the door off, drill out, dowel the original holes, put the screws back in, Bob's your uncle. Let's see how that goes. Righto, part one of this little misadventure, we'll be getting the door off. So we've got one of these lovely over the door towel racks, which I actually am not a big fan of, but the Minister for Domestic Affairs seems to love them. So I'll get this thing going closed. I'll pop the hinge out of the top, or I should say hinge pin out of the top one, and then I'll do the bottom one once I've got the door off, because obviously the other one's floating in free space. There we go. That's stage one. So we'll pop him off, lay him down, and I'll show you what we're working with in a second. Righto, and I'll get that bottom one out too so that I pin it back in once the entire mission's done. There we go. Righto. So that's our hinge off. 2 pins, quick and simple as that. Yeah, we'll bring you over to have a look at this, and you can see what I'm talking about. So over here is our 3 holes. It's basically just pulled out. The screws have come loose over time. Using the door, it's just pulled free. So what my plan is, I don't know if this is exactly the right way of doing it, but it's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to drill these 3 out, whack a dowel in there with some glue, wait for the glue to set up, and then should be right just to screw her back in and Bob's your auntie, we hope. That's got it. That'll do for today. Right. Well, another crack of that, shall we? Remember, I never said I was good at this. So nice big dollop of glue. I don't care if it runs inside the door. The dowels should, I'll give the dowels a little bit of a dab as we go through as well. If there's too much glue, I can always clean it up. But I'd rather have too much than not enough. There we go. So what's essentially a 10-minute job is probably going to be a 2-hour job, because I have to wait for the glue to dry out. But what's going to be 2 hours for you, I'll say that again, what's going to be 2 hours for me will be about 5 seconds for you. I'll go and clean this off, and we'll come back when it's dry. Right, so now later for me and seconds for you, we're back on the job. Everything looks good. What I'm going to do, even though these are self-tapping screws, just to prevent any sort of breakout or anything like that, I'm going to pre-drill a pilot hole And what I shall do, I'll make sure when I'm doing that, I'm getting it in the right spot. So I'll put my hinge back in place. The original holes were a little bit off centre, but that's okay. So I'm just trying to get that so it doesn't wander off. It wants to wander off the end of the dowel. There we go. Righto. So that's going to sit back in there nice and tight like that. We'll bung our screws back in. Now if you're going to use a drill driver like I am, turn the clutch right down to its lowest at the start. That way you're not likely to strip it out of your wood straight away, and if the clutch activates, well, you just turn it up a little bit. There we go, perfect. So I typically start on the lowest setting on the clutch, and that way if I have to bring it up I can, but I'm not going to strip everything out instantly. I might just turn it up just a fraction, nip those up, make sure it's nice and tight. There we go. One door hinge expertly repaired. Yeah, well, I don't know about expert. Alright, let's get this thing hung back up. Righto, this promises to be the most challenging part of the whole damn project so far. There we go, kick my camera, that'd be right. Get my door back up. So I've got my hinges. I've got my door. So, here we go. Let's get that in the right spot there. Now you may have to wiggle the door a little bit to get the hinge to start. That's got the top one. Oh yeah, no, he's going to push almost all the way in. Same with the bottom one, give him a bit of a wiggle till they line up. I'll close that door. I'll grab my pin punch. That way there's less chance of me hitting the wall and doing damage. And we just knock them back in the last little bit. Here we go, there's one. That's number two. There we go. Righto. So, nice easy little Sunday afternoon project. Simple hand tools. If you haven't got a pin punch, screwdriver, it's a narrow screwdriver, just gentle on it so you don't damage the tip. But otherwise, nothing fancy here, nothing intimidating, and a permanent door fix until the kids swing off it and wreck it the next time. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope that was nice and easy for you. Give somebody the inspiration to go out and have a go themselves. Catch you next time.